Hey nerds, today we're tackling Marvel's latest team-up, Thunderbolts. Yes, with the asterisks. Is this collection of antiheroes the jolt the MCU needs, or just another misfire? Let's break it all down right now. Welcome back to the Nerd So Show. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Colin.
As always, if you want to jump ahead of this intro to our reviews or ratings, see the chapter links below.
This film runs 2 hours and 6 minutes. It's rated PG-13 and hits US theaters May 2nd, 2025 in IMAX and Dolby Atmos formats. All right, let's get into this unconventional team.
So the spoiler-free logline for this film is, after finding themselves ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of antiheroes must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront the darkest corners of their past.
This film is directed by Jake Shire, known for films like Robot and Frank and Paper Towns. He's working from a script by Eric Pearson, who has credits on Thor Ragnarok and Black Widow, and Joanna Callow, known for her work on The Bear. And of course, it's produced by the architect himself, Kevin Feige.
In the main cast, we have Florence Pugh leading charge as Yelena Belova. She really anchors this film. She is known for Midsommar, Little Women, Black Widow, and Dune Part 2. Sebastian Stan returns as Bucky Barnes, or the Winter Soldier, dealing with, or I guess the White Wolf now as well, dealing with his own heavy past. He is known for Captain America, Winter Soldier, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Pam and Tommy. David Harbour brings the laughs and heart as Alexei Shostakov, or Red Guardian. He is known for Stranger Things, Black Widow, and Violent Night. Wyatt Russell is back as John Walker, U.S. agent, playing that complex dirtbag with a vulnerability angle. He is known for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Overload, and Lodge 49.
Hannah John-Kamen reprises her role as Ava Star/Ghost, though maybe not used to her full potential. She's known for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ready Player One, and Killjoys. Similarly, Olga Kurylenko is back as Antonia Dreykov/Taskmaster. She's known for Quantum of Solace, Oblivion, and Black Widow. Julia Louis-Dreyfus commands the screen as the manipulative Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. She's known for Seinfeld, Veep, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And a key addition, Louis Pullman plays Robert Reynolds/Sentry, bringing a fascinating mix of instability and vulnerability. Known for Top Gun Maverick, he also plays a Bob there, Bad Times at the El Royale, and Lessons in Chemistry. We also have Geraldine Vishwanathan as Mel, who is Val's assistant. She is known for Blockers, Bad Education, and Miracle Workers.
All right, let's dive into this movie a little bit deeper with our analysis. But before we do that, if you're enjoying this review, please like and share. It really helps the channel out, and subscribe for more content like this. All right, with that, let's dig in a little bit deeper. Diving into spoiler-free thoughts, I thought that Thunderbolts with the asterisks, and the asterisk is intentional. It's a bit of a running joke that you'll pick up on definitely by the end of the movie. The film really centers around Yelena Belova, much like other MCU team-up movies often has a focal point. Cersei, for example, was the focal point in Eternals, and Tony and Steve were the focal point in Civil War. Yelena feels like the main character here, but it goes deeper than just her story. The movie takes a surprisingly mature approach, exploring themes of mental health and trauma, not just for Yelena, but as a common thread for many of these characters. It feels significantly more adult than most MCU entries because of this focus. However, the film doesn't shy away from humor, especially with David Harbour's Red Guardian providing a lot of laughs. But crucially, it doesn't use comedy to undercut the serious, heartfelt moments or the exploration of mental health, like a lot of MCU movies have done in the past. That felt refreshing, and there are no quick fixes presented for these deep-seated issues. It's portrayed more realistically as ongoing maintenance, which is appreciated. Action-wise, there are some standout moments. There's a fantastic hallway sequence with Yelena right near the start, shot in a really unique way. Other strong sequences involve the team early on in that murder room that the spoiler-free logline alludes to. A notable, really great action scene with Bucky around the midway point, and a sequence with Sentry towards the end, though there's a little bit of wonky CGI for my taste. Generally though, Sentry was handled very well. He's very impressive. Performance-wise, Florence Pugh is excellent as the anchor of this film. Sebastian delivers as Bucky in what feels like a slightly smaller role than I had expected. David Harbour, as I mentioned, balances comedy and heart really well. One of the scenes that actually made me almost cry was with him, even though he's mostly the comic relief. Wright Russell perfectly embodies the complicated nature of U.S. agent, playing the dirtbag effectively, but hinting at vulnerability underneath. He does his job well. Hopefully he doesn't get as much crap as he did when he played this in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. For me, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is a great antagonist as Val, and Louis Pullman is fantastic as Sentry, capturing the necessary mix of vulnerability and instability for the character of Sentry without giving too much away about what's going on with Sentry. I did feel that Hannah John-Kamen's Ghost and Olga Kurylenko's Taskmaster were underutilized, though the Ghost power sequences actually showing her powers look really, really cool. Overall, I feel this is one of the best written and directed MCU movies we've had in a while, rivaled recently perhaps only by Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So to give you context, I enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine for the fun theater experience, but Thunderbolts feels like a better, more cohesive film. I think it will hold up structurally and thematically on rewatch in a way that Deadpool and Wolverine just doesn't. It's not necessarily as fun as that movie because it tackles some genuinely dark themes head on. These are, after all, assassins and killers grappling with their past and psyches. This really earns its PG-13 rating. It's definitely not a movie for young kids. I know a lot of people bring their young kids to Marvel movies, even though they have always been PG-13, but this film, more than all the rest, is not a film you should bring a kid who's not 13 to. Just as a side note, after everything that's happened in the MCU's New York, plus what's going on in this movie, those residents really need serious therapy. I don't know why he would still live there. So those are my thoughts about the movie. Colin, what did you think?
Yeah, I was very surprised by the emotional aspect of this movie. I know that I heard all about it online, but I didn't think it would hit me as much. It really reminded me when I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, the first movie. It's just like a very heavy emotional reaction that I got. Yes, Endgame was also emotional for me, and definitely Infinity War was as well, but I think that it hits a lot different than what's being offered with those big movies, whereas this movie was a little smaller, and again, it really felt Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of the emotional aspect. I was pretty bummed that they showed Bucky's action scene in the trailer because it really took it away, because he's become such a legend now, because he's one of the OG people from Phase 1. And I feel as though if they kept it just for the movie, it might have been a better, stronger audience reaction. I would even think that there'll be some loud cheers because of it. I wasn't in a general audience screening. I was with a lot of other press people. So hopefully when they do get to see the Winter Soldier, he'll get that type of reaction, because he's become more of the thing that you can hold on to from past MCU movies. And lastly, I try to echo what you said about Florence Pugh, because she is amazing. The work that she's done in the MCU with Black Widow, also with Hawkeye, now with Thunderbolts, you can definitely see the journey that she is from. And you definitely tell that she is definitely the anchor of the movie, but she's coming from a standpoint, if you watched Hawkeye, where she's plotting her revenge against Clint Barton, and then going back to Black Widow, where she is playing second banana to Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow and being the little sister. You see that evolution that comes at play, and I think that continuity really has helped, even though Black Widow was very uneven in terms of the movie itself, and also Hawkeye was a good Disney Plus show, but again, it's Disney Plus. Not many people might have seen it in that sense. Louis Pullman was amazing. He was great in Top Gun Maverick. He was one of my favorite characters in Top Gun Maverick, and he looks so much like his father. And you almost have to do a double take to say, is that Bill Pullman right there? Because if you just mix him up with Independence Day and him here, is this the same exact person like 30 years ago? Because the resemblance is striking. But again, he and Florence Pugh really knocked it out of the park in terms of their performances. And I think that Sebastian Stan being in it as Winter Soldier was great. I think David Harbour was great as well. The other characters, they could be interchangeable, to be honest with you. Even though Valentina was very good as well, we've seen her before. And like a mustache twirling villain in a lot of ways. So those are my spoiler-free thoughts overall.
Yeah, I think I agree with you for the most part, but what's this, the guy who plays U.S. Agent?
Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt Russell. I guess you could have swapped him out for another dirtbag, but he plays that dirtbag very well. So I don't know that he's that interchangeable, but I do think that some of the other ones were, like I said, underutilized a bit.
Yeah, I tend to agree, but I think that his performance in Falcon and the Winter Soldier was better. He was definitely more hateable there than this one. This one, you can say, oh, I see where his perspective is, whereas that one was, yeah.
He definitely had more to do as a series. So of course, he had several episodes to flesh him out. So yeah, they definitely served Yelena first, then Sentry, to a certain extent, her father, Red Guardian, and Bucky, and then everyone else was last, and they got what they got, basically. Right. And some of them got some good scenes, and some of them got not much. Yeah. All right, Colin, it's verdict time. How would you rate the Thunderbolts?
I would give it a 9 out of 10, which is a movie marathon. I love the setup of how they got together. I think that they did a pretty good job of writing that in, because sometimes team-ups are very hard to do because we've seen that already, that it can be very hard to find the rationale as to why they're together in the first place. And then they did a very good job of putting that all together. The struggles that they all go through fit in to the whole overall picture of them having the trauma. And then again, sometimes making light of it, but at times the levity of it was very important. And there are definitely some very emotional scenes that are there. Post-credit scenes were solid. I think that for the most part, they were pretty better than some of the other ones that we've seen. And tentatively, I would say that this movie is in that 8 to 12 range of the 36 MCU movies I've seen so far. I have to look at my list to confirm, but it's pretty solid if it's going to be in that top 10 air of the 36 movies for me. So I really liked it. I think that I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I haven't started thinking about my rankings yet, but I can tell you what I feel about this movie. For me, it's a 9 out of 10 as well, a movie marathon. And if you're unfamiliar with our rating, it's down below in the description. It's exceptionally well written and directed and acted, tackling very mature themes with depth while still delivering really strong action and some fun comedy as well. It's probably a film that's going to reward rewatching. It's just a bit heavy at times, which change how you feel about where it ranks in your ranking of MCU film. It's a significant step up for the MCU, given its shaky, or if you would say it, some people would say they've fallen off. I would say that they've just had a lot of mid movies, but all of phases of it had mid movies. I think people have just expected that after Endgame, every movie was going to be Endgame quality. I think this is just another exceptional movie in their canon. It's definitely worth going to the theater for this. Yes, and we will probably do a spoiler breakdown of this film in the next day or so. We want to make sure that everyone gets to see this movie. As Colin said, we went to press screenings on Monday, and we don't want to spoil anything, but we definitely want to talk about the mid-credit and after-credit scene, because those were really interesting and they will be very significant. And they also tie into the asterisks that I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. So definitely want to talk about that. Don't want to spoil it for you, but we will talk about it sometime this week. Any final thoughts, Scott?
I think that there's been a lot of talk. We did a video about Doomsday coming up. I think don't sell this movie short because of the anticipation for the next Avengers movie. I think that, yes, Captain America had a lot of issues. Thunderbolts is better. And hopefully when Fantastic Four comes out, it might be even better than that. I don't know. But it seems as though they're getting slowly back on track. And hopefully that is the case. And yeah, we'll see how it all turns out, because I think that, again, these are appetizers and they're setting up for something that's hopefully really big for next year.
Yeah, my final thoughts is that the film really impressed me with its commitment to character and theme. It's dark, thoughtful, and features powerhouse performances, especially from Florence Pugh and Lewis Pullman. It feels like a more mature, grounded direction for Marvel. We'll see if this is something that they stick to. Even with the superpowered elements, it's a strong conclusion to Phase 5. It really leaves you thinking. So, that's what we think of the Thunderbolts. We want to know what you guys think when you get to see it. Are you excited about this team? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please like and share. It really helps the channel out.
And subscribe and hit the bell notification for more in-depth analysis of film and TV. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.